Good morning, this is Patrick Dorian with the Dorian Home Team at Keller Williams Realty Atlantic Partners. First thing I wanted to do this morning was thank the people that came to my class yesterday. The class titled with Competence Comes Confidence. And I wanted to give a quick recap of what we were looking at, and specifically how to use the My Market tool that we were using to get the statistics that we were using to basically help our customers and help ourselves. As you can see, I'm already logged in here to MLS. It's the standard MLS screen. I'll go back to the beginning just so you can see where everything starts from. Okay, so now that I'm logged in, I want to scroll down on the left side of the screen here where the menu is. Under Statistics, if you can see Statistics on the left. Under Statistics, we'll scroll down a little. You can see My Market, and that's the program that we used for the majority of our information gathering yesterday. So I'm going to click on My Market. That opens up the My Market window. You can see I already did a search this morning. The search parameters I did this morning were property residential, and that was for our entire MLS. I'm basically redoing a search that I did this morning. What it comes down to is it's July 1st, and I know on July 1st that I'm going to have new information to look at because this is now going to go through June 30th, 2010. So what I'm going to do now is redo this search so that you can see how I do it. Right here is the Customize button up toward the right, top right on the screen. If I click the Customize button, I can select Full Search, which in this case that's what I'm going to do. And I've said this a million times and I'm going to say it again. This program, or My Market, should be used with the Keep It Simple Stupid theory, the KISS theory in mind. With that being said, I'm going to choose residential and select next. Now what I have is a standard search window. Now the way that My Market is different from all the other searches that we typically do as realtors is that putting less information in My Market is a good thing. In this case, what I want to do is look at all the residential sales for the past 2 years. So in this case, I don't have to put anything in here. I already selected residential sales on the first screen. I don't have to do anything with active, pending, and sold. I don't have to do anything with price. I don't have to do anything with region, area, square footage. None of that, because it's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a broad overview, and in order to get the broadest overview, all I selected was residential properties in the Northeast Florida Association of Realtors area. Now what I'm going to do is select dates and results at the bottom of the screen here. And I want to gain information over the previous 2 years. So on this page, again, the search parameters are properties that are residential type. I'm going to select the dates June 2008 through June 2010. This way I can get a historical perspective on what's going on with residential properties in our entire MLS. And I'm going to go ahead and hit the search button here. And when I hit the search button, you get the information that you see here, which is every residential information regarding all residential sales in our MLS. I'm going to scroll down below the graphical portion. Although that's pretty, it doesn't give you all the information that you need. What you really need is the information in this table. And you can see how this table is broken down. We have June 2010. In June 2010, there were 13,148 active residential units in our MLS. 2,571 new listings were introduced to the market, and those 13,148 do include these new entries. And then in our entire MLS, residential properties, 1,247 properties closed. Now, if you did not divide the number of active listings by the number of sold listings, you get this months of inventory number, which says 10.54. Now, I know, because I've been looking at this for 2 years, that this number is going to go down, the months of inventory, and that the number of sold listings is going to rise, because it usually takes 10 days, maybe 2 weeks, for all the information to be input into the MLS system or updated. So this information is pretty fluid. I won't have good hard information till about the middle of July, to where it becomes pretty stable, the information in here. A couple things I'd like to point out. First of all, it looks like we're pretty steady on the months of inventory over the last 4 months. Obviously, we're usually a little slow in January and February. People have more things to do in December. Also wanted to point out that as opposed to June of last year, there is less inventory. That's a double-edged sword. It's always good to have less inventory. We have less listings on the market and more solds. The only bad thing is the reason that we're getting more solds is because buyers are now seeing value in the market. The only way the buyers see value in the market is that prices have decreased on the homes. So now they see, hey, I'm going to get a lot of bang for my buck. That's good for buyers and bad for sellers, but in reality it just is what it is. And then if we look down further, I'm going to scroll down, you can see that we're doing considerably better than in June 2008 as far as inventory numbers. Substantial drop in inventory, substantial drop in the number of new active listings, substantial rise in listings sold, and a substantial drop in inventory. So wanted to do this for you guys this morning. Twofold. One, thank you again for coming out, and then secondly, just to recap how to use my market to your advantage and to the advantage of your customers. Anyway, for those of you who made it, thanks again, and for those of you who didn't, I hope you find this useful, and I hope you can come next time. Thanks.